going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about drunk driving gone wrong. That's right, we're going to talk about the time that I almost died. The time that I learned that if you're going to drunk drive, do it yourself. Don't let your friends do it. Let's get into it. So, this was fairly recently, only a couple months ago. I was 18, I was an adult, just barely. And at the time, I was drinking a lot. Me, a friend of mine, this one chick, and this other chick had been drinking like a lot. So two chicks, we're gonna call them, what are we gonna call them? We're gonna call them, what are we gonna call these bitches, y'all? I can't even fucking think. Mary and Sarah. Mary and Sarah. So, Mary and Sarah, are alcoholics. Sarah's worse, but Mary definitely has a drinking problem. And I would say I probably did too at the time. I was drinking a lot, more than I would normally. And so at the start of this day, okay, let's start off at the beginning of the day. At the start of the day, I'm not doing much at all. I'm just hanging out, chilling, and Mary texts me. Mary's like, "You trying to hang out?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then me and Mary hanging out, smoking some weed, chilling, and then Mary went to go hang out with Sarah, and I went to go hang out with my homie Gabe, who y'all will probably see in some of these videos here soon. And I think that's how it went. That might not be exactly right, but it's not too important for the following context. But anyway, I got an edible. I got like a 500 milligram edible that wasn't, it just really, it just wasn't all that, you know what I mean? But I took it. And so I had that, and I'm hanging out with Gabe and my other boy, who we'll call him Johnson, because I don't know if he wants his name in my videos. But I'm hanging out with Gabe and Johnson, and we're fucking chopping it up. These edibles didn't really hit us. So when my homegirl is like, "Yo, do you want to go get drunk?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so they pull up, and then she gets, her mom basically like kicks her out over some stupid shit. But this happened this was like a regular occurrence, I guess. But we're hanging out, we're drinking, and we go to the cemetery. We're drinking, hanging out, just lit, honestly. Drinking some Tito's, that nasty ass shit. I was not drinking the Tito's, actually. This is interesting. I wasn't drinking at all pretty much this night. They were all drinking. I was just smoking a little bit of weed, chilling. I like to drink, but I can only do so much, and I definitely won't drink no fucking Tito's. So, I mean, like, I have, but, like, nowadays, just, nah, bro. I just won't do it, right? It's just nasty. So, I think I had maybe, like, a beer or two, but, like, I was not drunk, especially at the time. I was drinking a lot of beer or two. Ain't nothing, man. But the bitches were drunk as hell. And Sarah's driving at first, but Sarah's an experienced drunk driver. And then we get back to my house, and Mary wants to drive. And Mary's all like, "Yeah, come on, I can drive. It's cool. It's cool. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I promise I'm good." And me and Sarah are kind of like, "Hell no, you're not." And so we post up for a little bit. We're chilling. I think she's still drinking. This is actually, okay, this is when she gets kicked out. So I got it a little bit wrong there. We get to my house, we're chilling, drinking, smoking, and that's when she gets kicked out. There's this whole thing. And then we go on a little drive for a bit. Sarah's driving. We go to the cemetery, I don't even think we actually made it to the cemetery. We just drove around a little bit. I think we might have went to Taco Bell even. I think we went to Taco Bell. And then we get back to my house. Mary's all like, "I want to drive. I want to drive." We're like, "Nah." So we chill for a little bit. We smoke some cigarettes. And eventually she just gets in her car and is like, "I'm going to drive. If you don't want to fucking come, don't come." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh, shit. Here we go." And this, me and Mary are really close friends. So, like, I'm like, fuck it, I guess we gonna risk it. And also, we were drunk driving a lot. She was much drunker than normal, but I had seen her pretty fucking drunk get behind the wheel and make it home. So I was kind of just like, yeah, you know, she got it. Whatever. She probably a little fucked. Like, we might be swerving a little bit, but we have been swerving a little bit in the last couple of weeks, you know. Going out of the lines here and there wasn't a big deal to me. So I was like, fuck it. She's just drunk. We'll be alright. You know, just drunk. But she was not just drunk. She was fucking shit-faced, dude. And I realized that as we're going around down my road, and she goes around this corner, and she fucking... The first corner, all good. The second corner, there's a stop sign. She ignores the stop sign. She just fucking skirt around that bitch. And when that happened, I was like, oh shit. This is not good. And I remember that road had like a long stretch and then another stop sign at the end of it. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh shit. And me and her, we're all telling her me and Sarah are telling Mary that she needs to pull over. Everyone, we're like, you need to fucking pull over, bro. You are not good to drive. We will drive you back. You are not good to drive. And she's like, nah, it's my fucking car. I'm good. And we're driving towards the stop sign. It's a good little bit. It's like little 3-4 minute stretch. We're arguing, we're fucking yelling. I'm like, you need to fucking pull over. She's like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, you need to give a fuck. And we're starting to pull up to the stop sign almost, and she doesn't fully stop. But before we got there, I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking because I realized immediately that this is a death trap waiting to happen, a DUI waiting to happen. So I thought about jumping out of the car when we were going around that corner, but that shit was straight asphalt, and she did not slow down. She was still doing like 25 going around the corner. So in my head, I'm like, shit, man, like this is not good. Like, I'm gonna die here. And like, I'm terrified. And I try and chill out like I normally do when someone's like driving like crazy. I hit my vape, I hit my pen, whatever. I'm chilling. I breathe a little bit. And then we get on, those like access ramps that kind of like curve and then take you up onto like those highways that are like a little raised up a little bit. We're going around we're about to go pull up on one of those to get on the highway, and she doesn't go around it. She just goes straight fucking off of it. And dude, it's like the whole world, it was like a flash, and then it just like flash and then slow-mo. Like literally, we fucking hit some shit. We hit a train track, and then we kind of like bounced up a little bit and slid into a tree. And then the tree broke through the windshield, and it like almost hit me in my it cut my eyebrow. If we were going faster, if we hadn't hit the train track first, I probably would have like gotten impaled. Or like it would have fucking went through my skull, dude. Because like, dude, it was close, man. But yeah, that shit was fucking crazy. We fly off of that bitch, and then immediately, if you've ever been in a car... My bad, y'all. I had to talk to my family right quick. But, if we were after we hit a fucking train track, fly off of an on-ramp, you know what I mean? We go flying through the air at like 50 miles an hour. This motherfucker will look you in the eyes, the driver of the car, and they'll ask you the stupidest fucking thing you've heard in your life. They'll ask you, is everyone okay? And it's like, fuck no! You think we're okay? Look at your car. And then she's sitting there like, do we gotta call the police? Like, maybe it'll be alright. Maybe it'll be alright. I'm like, no, dog. I hadn't even got out the car yet. And I'm like, no, bro. This is not alright. Sarah's in the backseat. Sarah's fucked up. Sarah can't move. She's like, oh, shit. But in my head, I'm like, I'm trying to not go to jail. So I'm like, Sarah, you need to get in the driver's seat because she doesn't have a license. Sarah's like, alright. And then Sarah can't move. And so I'm like, oh, shit. This is bad. Sarah can't get out of the back seat. I'm being proactive. I get out the car because I had like 9 grams of weed on me. I go and I'm like, I gotta dump this shit. I gotta get out of here. I don't gotta get out of here. I'm sticking with him because fuck it. Once I dump the weed, I'm good. And we're in like this big ass field. Not this big ass field, but we're in a field next to an on ramp. So I'll walk a good distance and I dump my weed out and I throw that bag out into the fucking field and we're chatting it up, and this dumb bitch is trying to find a way to not call the cops. And I'm like, I'm sorry, yo, it's not happening. Like, you are probably going to jail tonight, but like it's gonna be alright. And yeah, I was just like, you just gotta tough it out, G. Like, you agree to this shit. And the cops pull up, and they're all like, you know, they're asking us questions and shit. They're asking me what she was doing. I was like, I smoked so much weed. I got no idea what she was doing at my house. I don't remember. They're like, really? You smoke so much weed? You have no idea? And I was like, yeah, I got no clue. And, yeah, and then they told her that I said she had been drinking. She was like, really? That doesn't sound like Brody. They told me that she said she had been drinking. Also wasn't true. And I also was like, yeah, okay, well, I don't know anything about that. Like, they tried everything in the fucking book. And yeah, it was not good. I almost died. And then the cops, when I got out of the car after I dumped my weed, I was chain smoking cigarettes, right? And the cops pulled up, the Marlboro Hundreds, baby. And the cops pulled up. And they saw me smoking them. And at first they didn't say anything. And then later they were like, wait, how old are you again? And when I told them, they were like, you better put that cigarette out. And I was like, oh, shit, okay, I'm going to do that. Because I thought he might, like, not charge me. And then when I put it out, they gave me a ticket for possession of tobacco anyway. I had to pay, like, $300 fucking dollars. It was like 180, but still, it was fucking bullshit. How are they gonna ticket me in that situation? And then homegirl, she got arrested, but not for a DUI. She only got possession of marijuana. I don't know how. Shit's fucking crazy, yo. But yeah. That's it, y'all. That's the end of the video. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. And shit, yeah, that's it. Peace out, y'all.